Thank you. Mr. Carter.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, members of the committee, for the opportunity to testify on my amendments for appropriations bill before the committee today. While I oppose the underlying bill with its many misaligned priorities, I believe these amendments will improve the bill. I'll begin with my amendments to Division A of the bill. These would ban U.S. taxpayers' dollars from funding gain-of-function research in China, prohibit funds for paying Dr. Anthony Fauci's salary, and prohibit funds for critical race theory curriculum. The evidence is mounting that COVID-19 originated in the Wuhan Virology Lab, a lab that received American taxpayer dollars to conduct gain-of-function research. The scientists at the Wuhan Virology Lab worked for years to insert bat virus spike proteins into the deadly SARS virus to infect human cells. This is absolutely gain-of-function research, despite denials from Dr. Fauci. But Dr. Fauci has been unwilling to take responsibility for his mistakes during the pandemic. He suggested for months that masks had no impact on COVID-19 transmissions, only to reverse course and suggest mask wearing for everyone. Yet he later attended a Nationals baseball game and didn't wear a mask when seated only inches away from his peers. Dr. Fauci also knew it was likely COVID-19 originated from the Wuhan lab, according to his emails, but he lied to the American people for over a year and said there was no evidence. Dr. Fauci even spent all last year trying to discredit President Trump for his achievements to combat the virus and the success of Operation Warp Speed. We need someone who's bipartisan, someone who will put America first and make sure we conduct a real investigation to determine the origins of the coronavirus. Over 40% of Americans do not trust Dr. Fauci, and he has become more concerned with his career than the American people. He does not deserve to be America's highest paid government employee, and we should stop his salary until we find a replacement who works for every American. My last amendment under Division A would prohibit funds to be used to teach critical race theory or similar curriculum. A curriculum that says that the only remedy to past discrimination is present discrimination. The only remedy to present discrimination is future discrimination, is inherently divisive and should not be in our schools. We'll only overcome our differences by coming together, not by tearing our country apart. Under the other divisions, I've also submitted amendments that would ensure that the federal government establishes policies that reflect the carbon neutrality of biomass. However, I'm pleased to see that the underlying bill includes provisions that do so and highlight the carbon benefit of our nation's forest. Lastly, I have an amendment that would transfer $10 million from the IRS account for enforcement to the National Personal Records Center, NPRC. Many congressional offices have been flooded with calls from veterans needing their records from the NPRC to complete claims for their benefits. Unfortunately, there remains a significant backlog of over 500,000 requests that is delaying veterans from receiving their records necessary to receive benefits, including those for critical health care needs. I was pleased to see that the bill's report recognizes the problem, but my amendment would provide more funds to allow the NPRC to address it. Specifically, it pulls funds from the IRS to do so, which receive a massive 14% increase and has a history of targeting groups based on political beliefs and wasting taxpayers' dollars. Those funds would be transferred to the NPRC to immediately address its backlog and allow veterans to get the care that they need. Thank you, Madam Chair, and I yield back.